Howdy guys, Rex here. Today we're going to talk about Helix 6 precision carbon fiber rifle barrels. This is a couple years in the making. I've been shooting this for a while. This particular barrel I got set up on a Remington 700 in 243 where the factory barrel kind of finally wore out. And so I had the opportunity to pick one, and I went with a 243 in a 26-inch with a 1-8 twist. For the testing I didn't go through load development, and I did not go through barrel break-in processes. I wanted to test this as most people probably would. Have the barrel installed by a gunsmith and take it out and just start shooting it to see how it works. Helix 6 Precision is a pretty good company. They've got really good composite engineers that have done a good job kind of making something a little bit unique. At a glance, it appears to be the same as other carbon fiber barrels, but there are some differences here I would like to highlight. They do have a different wrapping process for the carbon fiber wrap. It's kind of a unique carbon fiber layup design, which is engineered to try to dampen the barrel harmonics as best as they can. It also does increase thermal cooling as they have reduced the amount of resin they use in the ratio of carbon fiber to resin. Carbon actually transfers heat and dissipates heat very well. A lot of times the resin is what kind of interrupts that process of dispersing the heat. Of course, being a carbon fiber barrel, one of the things I like best about it is it really reduces the weight. If you're going to actually carry the rifle around, it's 50% lighter than a steel barrel of equal contour. And you still get a lot of rigidity as you would in a heavier steel barrel. The particular barrel I got was button rifled. They do have cut rifling in larger calibers, and they do hand lap the bores. I actually picked this up from opticsplanet.com, and they have barrel blanks. I think they even have Ruger barrels, Savage barrels, and AR barrels. But I wanted to grab just a blank so I could put it on my Remington and have it custom fit by my gunsmith with the style of chamber I like. This is kind of a hybrid between, not like a very, very super tight match chamber, a little more towards the side of a tight hunting type chamber, because I use a variety of different ammunition, and I want to make sure that it's going to feed in all conditions. So the barrels are cut from 416R stainless steel cores. First impressions of the barrel blank was the fit and finish is actually really, really nice. It's something I generally don't really, for me, being a guy that uses these rifles a lot and gets them all banged up, fit and finish I don't really pay attention to, but it was very classy. It was very nicely put together. I did notice it. Someone who's not even looking for it, I definitely did notice, wow, this is very, very nicely put together. The threading on the muzzle end did come in 1/2 by 28 threads, so I did use a thread adapter to use the Acadian Armament suppressor that I've been using here. Taking the rifle to my preferred gunsmith, they had no problem getting it all set up and getting it spun on there. Took it out to the range to go ahead and establish kind of a base zero, a gross zero, and was surprised to find that without any load development, without any kind of break-in procedure being done, just basically shooting the rifle, the thing performed very well. With my mixed ammunition with all different kinds of brass, that's probably been loaded way too many times. Shooting 105 grain Hornady AMAXs, those old antique bullets they don't make anymore, and using Reloader 19 powder, I think it's 43.1 grains. This thing was able to print in 5 shots at about 0.7 inch at 100 yards, which is not bad for something that's not broke in yet. Attaching and removing the suppressor did not really change the point of impact or the accuracy in a negative way. So the barrel does actually present a fair degree of rigidity. It's nice to be able to not have to change your zero when you take off the suppressor, put it on. That's just a whole nother set of data you don't want to have to worry about. I found that a nice fit for this was using the AWT chassis, which I don't think they make anymore. I think they work with knives now. And it did match up very nicely with this Tier 1 bipod, which is actually out of England. And the carbon fiber barrel and the bipod, it made for a very, very light handling rifle in a target configuration with a similar ergonomics to a big target rifle. And me intending to use this rifle for varmint hunting, that's going to be nice to be able to carry it around Doing strings of 10 rounds, the rifle did heat up a little bit, but the barrel really never got hot to the touch like a steel barrel would. So I didn't have any problems with the optic getting mirage in conditions with no wind. A lot of times when the barrel gets hot on a steel barrel, you have a lot of mirage that comes right off the barrel, and it'll really interfere with your ability to see the target clearly with the scope looking right over the top of it. But with this carbon fiber barrel, I didn't have any problem with that at all. After shooting it for a couple years now, throwing it in and out of the truck, I don't really use a rifle case when I'm traveling out in the field. Usually I just kind of let it lay on whatever it's laying on. And so that's a good opportunity to really test a rifle for real world transport conditions, especially with something like carbon fiber. I don't think there's as much global experience with carbon fiber, obviously, as there's steel. Steel barrel just might get a scratch or ding, but carbon fiber has been known at times to kind of come unraveled if it's damaged on the outside. But this thing basically looks as new as it was as the day I got it a couple years ago. I have used a variety of other carbon fiber barrels in the past. Major manufacturers I won't name. They're respected manufacturers. They do a good job. They have products that work very well. But I have seen a number of carbon fiber rifle barrels fail, particularly in hot Magnum cartridges where they are being shot more than a couple times. I've seen delamination. I've seen them come unwound in a helical pattern. I've seen a lot of different things with carbon fiber barrels. I tried to induce some of those things as best I could. Being a 243 Winchester, I thought it was a safe cartridge to go ahead and use because I intend to use this rifle barrel. It's a lot of investment of work to do these reviews and a huge amount of cash for ammunition to shoot with. I didn't want to have it fail. So I didn't go for the big Magnum cartridge. I went for a 243 Winchester, which is still plenty good enough with right bullet selection and bullet placement for most of your game in North America. In my opinion, this barrel definitely kept up with or exceeded my expectations. Having been based on observations of a number of other barrel manufacturers that do a good job, like I said again, but the Helix 6 is definitely premium quality. It's very, very nice. I actually maybe slightly prefer it over some of the other brands out there that are very, very popular, just because the fit and finish and the performance on this one was so good. This barrel seems to be aging like wine. As it breaks in, it's going to just shoot better and better. If I start actually developing a load for it, I have no doubts that I'll be able to get even better performance than my 3/4 minute of angle. Of course, that's a statistical average of the performance of the barrel. As the shooter gets fatigued, it might increase a little bit. And if I have a good couple runs where I'm feeling comfortable and everything just works out in the universe, I did get groups with 5 shots smaller than a pinky nail that you might be able to call sub-half minute of angle as well. But as much as I'd like to pretend that that's my consistent performance level, the average performance was still exceeding any reasonable expectations for real world use. If you guys ever get the chance, check it out. Optics Planet has all kinds of stuff on their website. They got barrels, they got everything. They got all kinds of, obviously, scopes. They got all kinds of stuff for the kids. They got like astronomy, like telescopes and all kinds of cool stuff. So check it out, man. Hopefully this review gave you a new option if you're looking at carbon fiber barrels. This is another one definitely to check out. They do have a premium price point, but I think the quality and performance definitely matches up with that dollar amount. So happy hunting. You guys take it easy, and we'll catch you on the next one.
But she hits me, disassembles my leg. So I went to the doctor and he gave me a leg. Now she waits, slumber, dreaming, paying hope that she kills instead of leaving the name. 'Cause she's a minefield, she pops your body from your soul.